just wanted to do a little activity with you, just to review writing expressions about what keywords symbolize certain operations. So you have a page with a whole bunch of expressions in words, and you just need to cut them all out. So this is all my expressions all cut out. And then we're going to sort them into the quadrants of the operation that they should belong in. And then it's for your own information, so you can keep this page, but I'd probably either keep them and not glue them in so that you can practice and resort them in the future, or you can glue them in so that it's a quick reference guide for you later. Okay, so the first one that I have is subtract 11 from a number. So this is the word subtraction. So that's kind of the key word here that we know that it would go in the subtraction section. And the order matters. So if you were to write this as an expression, then you would take a number, so n or x, whatever variable you're going to use, and you would minus 11 from it. Okay, the next one that I have is a number increased by 3. So the word increased is implying that we're having addition. It's not increasing by multiple, it's just increasing by 3 units. So this would be n plus 3. Okay, my next one is 15 multiplied by a number. So the keyword here is multiplied. And if I was to write that as an expression, it would be 15x or 15n, whatever your variable was. So multiply. The next is the product of 2 and a number. So the word product is actually the answer of a multiplication problem. So this would be 2n, and it's a multiplication statement. Okay. Number plus 10, so the word plus is a keyword for addition. So this would be n plus 10. And here's another keyword for addition. The word sum is the answer after you've added 2 numbers together or more than 2 numbers. So the sum of a number and 25 would be n plus 25. So it's addition. Okay, we have a number divided by 12. So this expression would be n division sign by 12. I prefer when it's written as a fraction, so it'd be n over 12. It's a little bit easier in your upper grades for when you're learning how to solve those equations. So this is division. Okay, we have 12 less than a number. So we're taking a number and we're going to decrease it by 12. So that's n minus 12. So just because the 12 is written first doesn't mean that it's the first thing that you should write down. So this is 12 less than a number. So you start with the number and you subtract 12. So that's a subtraction. Okay, we have 4 more than a number. So more than in this statement is addition. So this would be n plus 4 or 4 plus n, they're equivalent. So that's an addition. The difference of a number and 8. So difference is subtraction, and it's the difference of a number and 8. So the first thing is number and 8. So this is n minus 8. Okay, this one, we have the quotient of a number and 2. So the word quotient is the answer after you've done division. So the quotient of a number and 2 means that you took a number and you divided it by 2. So n over 2 would be the best way to write this as an expression. So that's division. Okay, add 19 to a number. So this would be n plus 19 and its addition. Two times a number, so this is 2n, its multiplication. A number decreased by 81. Decreased is your keyword, and that's subtraction, so this is n minus 81. A number minus 24, so n minus 24, subtraction. Seven divided into a number. So the wording, we just need to sort through what's happening. You're starting with a number and you're seeing how many groups of 7 fit into that number. So this expression would be n over 7 and it's division. This one is take away 50 from a number. So you got to start with the number if you want to take anything away from it. So this is subtraction, and it would be n minus 50. And then my last one is a number less 44. So again, subtraction, start with a number, n minus 44. So those are all of my expressions sorted. Now, another thing that you got was a page like this. Don't give this back to me. This is a quick reference guide for yourself for certain operations and their keywords, and an example of some expressions for each of those operations. So down here is what I was talking about. You could use the division sign, but this is the best way to represent division. Multiplication, if you see a bullet like this, that's another way to talk about multiplication. But using them side by side and this 2 acting as a coefficient is the best way to write it. So for those of you who do have access to Zoom, you have 2 pages that look like this. This is the first one that you have. I'd like you to work through these right now, and then we're going to mark them in our Zoom meeting. And if you don't have access to Zoom, then you have a worksheet, and that one you just have to work through the writing expressions and complete those questions. So there's 2 different sheets, those who have Zoom and those who don't. So this one we're going to mark, so it needs to be done before Wednesday morning so that we can mark them. And then the back side of that page is some more expressions, and this one we're actually going to do during our Zoom. So this one does not have to be done for the Zoom because we're going to work through it together and kind of go through some strategies for how to do these questions. So again, this one, complete it before the Zoom so that we can mark it. And on the back of that page, you do not need to have this one done for the Zoom because we're going to go through it together.